Aloha, everyone. Welcome to my first communication podcast training video. Let's beautify your communication over Zoom. Here are 5 simple tips. Number 1, pay attention to your face and body. As with in person presentations, eye contact is important. So when you are speaking, either look directly into the camera or center about 3/4 of the way up on your screen. Also, be aware of what you do with your body. You want people to focus on your message, not the fact that you're biting your nails or scratching your face or pulling on your eyebrows. Instead, use gestures to elaborate your points. As a listener, try to be encouraging with your nonverbal communication. At the appropriate time, a smile, nod, and eye contact can go a long way. Tip number 2, sound your best. If you don't have a fancy microphone like me, not to worry. The computer microphone is fine for most things. But if you are recording a meeting for future broadcast or to post online, use headphones with a built-in microphone. The ones that come with your iPhone are great. And generally, any type that has the microphone that hangs right below your mouth works well. Just be careful if you make big gestures not to knock it. And be sure to go into your Zoom preferences to audio and verify that the input and output is selected correctly for that device. Other tips for getting good sound include choosing a small, quiet room, turning off anything that makes noise, and closing your door and windows. To get rid of echo, you can even bring more items into that room to help absorb the sound, or drape blankets on the walls, or even sit on one. Tip number 3, make sure your lighting is on point. Good lighting is so important, and it's actually pretty easy to achieve. Sure, you can buy a ring light or other portable lighting device, but the simplest thing to do is to set yourself up where the light hits your face. So you can face a door or window to capture natural light and achieve that quite nicely at most times of day. If you need to use a light, make sure that you are facing it rather than the light hitting your back. That results in being backlit and your face will be dark. Tip number 4, help Zoom to perform at its peak. For better performance, download the latest version of Zoom. Tap on your profile picture and check for updates to do that. Zoom also works better if you download the app rather than accessing it through the web. It's a good idea to close all other applications and browsers on your computer so there's less competition for processing power on your device. If you are using a virtual background, a green screen gives a much crisper image. That's what I have here behind me. If you must use a virtual background without a green screen, try to pick one that doesn't have a lot going on. Just keep it simple. Tip number 5, avoid distractions. Don't hold your device. Set your computer or phone on a firm surface. Center your body in the frame and try your best to avoid having something distracting happen behind you. Silencing your phone is also a great idea, just so that you're not that person. To recap, my 5 communication tips for Zoom meetings are to pay attention to what your face and body are doing, sound your best, make sure your lighting is on point, help Zoom to perform at its peak, and last, avoid distractions. As a bonus, I'll show you what I have here in my studio. Some of this is professional equipment that you probably won't need, but some of these items could be pretty useful. So here we go. If you don't have time to watch this, I'll throw the links below as well. Okay, so here's my simple Zoom setup. I have a HD camera. I have a small portable mutter light. I usually have that plugged in as well because the battery dies if I have a meeting that's longer than 20 minutes. So both of these are usually plugged into here so that they are routed into my computer. I also have my headphones with a little microphone that dangles from it, and that's plugged into my computer. And I have my green screen up here behind me. Now for the professional equipment, I have this Rode Podcaster Pro. I have my Rode Pod mic. I have a windscreen, and I have Audio Technica headphones. I also have a professional light kit. And when I do Zoom meetings that I have to do on my phone, I have my ring light. This is a Neewer ring light, and it also has this attachment. I have the Magnus VT300 tripod, And I have an attachment so that I can put my phone in there and it is steady and firm and isn't shaking. Thanks for watching my first communication podcast training video. Hope it was helpful.